Good morning, everyone. Boy, did we go live very fast that time. Did you see how fast that went?
Yeah, surprisingly fast this morning.
I know. It's crazy. All right. Good morning, everybody. You guys know me. I'm Nancy Quinn, Gav's ex-Ganzakoffer, which I have to figure out how to introduce myself as the time goes on and make these changes. So welcome, Megan.
Thank you. Thank you. And congratulations on the nuptials.
Thank you. It's very exciting. All right, let's go live on Instagram and let me get the Facebook going since I messed up the LinkedIn this morning. Give me 2 seconds. All right, Megan, what are we talking about today?
Oh, we're talking about giving your money a job, like how to design a strategy for your cash.
Design a strategy for my cash. At the end of the year, you're assuming we have cash left over.
That's a lot of the questions I'm getting right now. I want to pay my staff a bonus. Can I pay my staff a bonus?
Yes.
What do we need to get through the end of the year?
Okay, so tell us, how do we do that and how do we figure it out?
Well, that's a question I wish people would ask, 3 months, even a year beforehand would be fantastic to be planning for those things ahead of time. That'd be great. But I get the feeling, I get the what's going to happen at the end of the year. I understand. So foresight, right? Strategy is always beneficial than
yes, instead of hitting the end of the year and kind of winging it the way most of us do it, right? So having a strategy for the cash for next year.
Yes.
Where do we start?
So let's first remind ourselves that ultimately we are in control of our cash. Nobody touches our bank account without our permission, right? Unless there's fraud or the government is in there garnishing your bank account, which it's happened. Pay your sales tax, people. Pay your taxes.
Pay your sales tax.
You are ultimately in control of every dime that goes out. Okay? And so if we are giving our money a job and telling it like, okay, the purpose of you is to pay my staff. The purpose of you is to pay my insurance. The purpose of you is to sit over here and gain interest until I need you 6 months from now. The purpose of you is to reward me because mama gets her profit. Okay. So our money needs a job, because what happens if it doesn't have a job is that we forget about the things that we have coming down the road, whether our big, some people pay insurance annually, or our big software expenses occur every 6 months or every year, or just these things that come up. We kind of forget about, and we look at our bank account and we're like, oh, in our mind is like, what I could be doing with this, what I could be doing this. And we forget about our goals. We forget about our vision. We forget about our strategy because our money is sitting in there just like, hey.
They call this burning a hole in your pocket.
Yeah.
If you're sitting with money, it feels like it's burning a hole in your pocket. You need to use it, but you can't necessarily use it. You have to think smart. And the one thing you said, I know I have a big software bill in January. One of the big softwares I use to run my business, it comes in every January. And every January I go, ouch. I forgot that was coming, right? But you're saying, like, have a plan for your cash. Like, know that it's coming.
Yes. And we've talked about before about profit first or bank balance accounting, whatever you want to call it. There are many different names and strategies for it. But if you think about things in 3 buckets, like, okay, I need a bucket that keeps everything running, right? I need it for my software. I need it for my staff. I need it for my OpEx. This is what keeps my business running status quo.
Right.
And then we have another bucket for inevitably your business needs to shift somehow, whether it's a new product you need to launch, or you need to adjust to the market, or the marketing isn't working anymore, whatever it is, you need a bucket for your next evolution, your next strategy.
Growth.
That is going to be growth. Thank you. Yes. Growth, profit. Yes. You need it for this super expensive growth phase of your business. Whether you voluntarily go into it or you are involuntarily launched into it, it is an expensive phase of business that every business cycles through, the growth and profit phase. And then finally, like the reward. I have 2 types of clients. I have clients who have a ton of money and are nervous about it. And I have clients who can't seem to keep money in the bank and are always like redlining, and that's really hard. Both of them have an opportunity to pay themselves a profit. if they have some cash strategy in hand, right? So keep that profit account, pay yourself that quarterly bonus, pay yourself that monthly bonus, have that built in to your strategy of what you want done with the cash. Otherwise, you're going to end up burned out because you are working for your business and it's not paying you, it's not rewarding you. You are essentially working for free. It's an abuse.
I have to tell you, the bank balance accounting is just something we teach in the Profit Insider Academy, and it is huge. When people actually get it, it's like the light bulb goes off and suddenly they're running their business so much better.
Yes.
I
Yes.
mean, it's crazy, the difference.
Yes.
Like suddenly they just get it. And I think the problem is that, and I don't know if I'm going to say this right, but people think this accounting stuff is like, I either understand it or I don't. And I'm not the kind who understands it. But it's not like that at all. It's just working with the numbers and viewing them in a way that your brain can understand what the money is meant to be used for.
Yeah, and there's some resistance. Like that's the source of it. Some people, it makes them feel stupid, or it makes them feel like an outsider. It makes them like there's a lot of feels that come along with your cash. And I get it. It's part of our nature. It's part of our society.
Well, it is. I mean, even as a business coach, I'm like, I should really know this better than I know it. But yet I'm on the phone with Megan sometimes and I feel like stupid, even as a business coach. I teach this stuff, but there's still times that I look at my balance sheet or my profit and loss statement and go, I need help understanding this to someone who has even more knowledge than me, right?
Yeah. And I think part of that comes from, we think there are so many great answers to be found in our income statement and balance sheet. So that when we look at them and we're not getting them, they're like, it must be me. It's a me problem. And it's not. It's not. I mean, the balance sheet and income statement are not meant what you think they're meant for, right?
Yes.
They are not meant to tell the future. They are not meant to be, babysitting your cash and assigning the jobs to it. That's not what it's meant for. They're designed for big corporations to communicate with investors, blah, 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 blah. And they give you such a small portion of what it is that you actually need to know to run your business. One, like, how much cash are you going to have 3 months from now? Well, you know what? I've been squirreling it away, so I know what my trends are in that cash. I know what my cash is going to be in 6 months. I know that I have a plan for a big investment coming up in 2 months, so I know that this is going to dip, and I know I'm going to be okay because I've been saving for it. Like, I have a strategy for it. So at the most basic, like without understanding accounting, without understanding numbers, without understanding the math of it, if you have the 3 bank accounts and you are putting money, dividing your money before it even comes in, like you're doing a launch, you have a big project or a small project, whatever, and you are dividing that money as to where it should be serving you and where it should be serving your business before like it is even has the opportunity to tempt you.
That is the hard part, right?
Yeah,
So,
right?
like, you have to pay your staff every month. If you have a staff, a certain amount of money, well, you're making sure you're protecting that money. You have to pay yourself, the furnishings, right? But then with what's left, that's your cash. How do you manage that?
Okay. Yeah. So this is going to start hopefully gently exposing you to some of the weaknesses and opportunities in your business as well, right? Because if you're looking at it, you're like, well, I don't know how to put it in different buckets. It all has to go into OpEx because I spend it all on OpEx. What else am I supposed to do? Start small.
Yeah.
You're going to start small.
Baby steps.
Baby steps. And once we get used to like, okay, you know what? I don't miss that $100 a week that I'm putting into my savings account. All right. I've learned to adapt without it. And then like the evolution of how it can become a little addicting, right? Like, oh, this isn't so hard. Oh, it's kind of fun to watch that bank balance grow. Oh. And then you're like, how else? It fosters a curiosity about your cash rather than the fear. That's how you kill the fear about your money and about your numbers, is by fostering curiosity. And these bank balances and these strategies give you the space, the breathing room to get a little curious. Like, oh, well, hang on a second. How else can I bump this up to $200 a week?
Yeah, and I want to explain to everyone, like, imagine you bring, and I'm going to simplify it. You bring home $1,000 a week from a paycheck, you cash your paycheck, you have $1,000 in your hand, cash. Now you go, okay, I have this $1,000 has to last me 2 weeks. I need to buy food. I need to buy a present for somebody. I need to go to this party and I need a new outfit. Or, right? I need my health insurance paid. I need my car insurance paid. It's like having little envelopes for different things. That's what we're talking about. Bank balance management, knowing where your cash needs to go in the future and making sure you are putting it psychologically and physically in the right bucket. So it's there when you need it for what you know is coming.
Yes. Yes. And then when you do have the extra and you are allowed that temptation of, hey, I've got a little bit of wiggle room, and start that like possibility, whether you want to sit down and start putting it towards long-term goals or more short-term goals, or like fun. This retreat would be really great to go on. I want to go on this. I want to try this mastermind. I want to go on this retreat. You know that you have the space for it, and you don't have to have the guilt or that comes with like, I'm just going to close my eyes and do this and hope that the promise of whatever return that it's going to have is going to pan out.
Yes. Yes. It's interesting because if you think about it, if someone is bringing $7,000 in profit a month into their design business, and every check that got paid, every visa that came in, they siphoned off a little 10%, right? By the end of the month, 10% of $7,700. That $700 could go towards a program that you're looking to join, or go towards something, or put extra money in your pocket, or buy something that you've been wanting to buy. Siphoning off that little bit before it goes into your operating expense account shows you, like you said, you can survive without it sometimes. And that's how you learn to afford programs that you want to do, trainings you want to sign up for, fun that you want to bring into your family or your household. Yeah. You have to visualize, this is my money to do with it what I want.
Yeah. And it removes some of the self-judgment too, right? Like having this little practice of a positive reinforcement of like doing this and feeling that little jolt of like putting money aside kind of reaffirms like, I'm not terrible at this. I'm not stupid. I don't not understand this. Like, oh, okay. Okay. I can trust myself with the money. I can trust myself to make good decisions with this.
It's huge. I can't even tell everyone how huge this is. Like I'm going to give a true life example. So back during COVID, I took an SBA loan. Everyone said, take it. It's a great rate, right? Now I'm sitting with this huge SBA loan. I'm like, oh. But what do you start to do? You go, I need a plan for my money. Let me start siphoning off a little bit and start paying this off in large chunks, right? And see, can my business handle this? And like you said, it's rewarding when you go, you know what, my business can handle this, because I'm not then spending that money on something else. I'm taking it off the top and giving it a job, like you're saying. Have a cash management, like a job for your cash, which is what we're talking about today.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how when the money's gone first, or putting it in a retirement account or into your own pocket, you do that first. You run your business with the remaining.
Yes.
Pay yourself first.
And that insinuates, right, that the money is working for you.
Yes.
It's taking care of your business. It is planning for the future, for your growth phase, and it is rewarding you. Those are the 3 jobs that your money does.
And I know those who are just chasing the dollar and they're trying to get their traffic up and trying to close deals, it feels impossible to do this, but it's not. Yeah. It's amazing when you actually flip the switch, how it makes everything easier and you see it differently and it empowers you.
Yeah, gives you some context.
Okay. All right. Anything else that we want to tell everyone while we've got quite the viewership on Instagram right now?
Oh, happy holidays. Happy holidays. Everyone. Yeah, it's never too late to make friends with your money. And you're not too dumb. You're not too far gone. You're not too far in the red. Like, this can be done.
Right. You're not too confused. You're not too unorganized. Even though we know it can get really bad at times when you don't pay attention to this for months to years, once you start paying attention, it can quickly turn around and just make you feel like the business owner you actually are.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was very well said, Nancy. Beautiful.
Okay. All right, everyone. Go have a great holiday season. Megan and I will see you in the new year. And Megan, tell everyone what you can do for them and how they can find you when they're ready, which they should be ready right now.
We'll go backwards. First, you can find me at megandahle.com. Anybody can sign up for 20 minutes with me just to kind of figure out, get a feel for what's going on. And what I do for you is I help you see the structure of your business, the analytics, how the money works, and how you can design it to work for you.
Love it. All right, everyone. Go to megandahle.com, get on Megan's calendar. If you're scared about your money and you're afraid and you're maybe a little embarrassed too, no one makes you feel more at home and relaxed with your numbers than Megan, no matter what they look like at the moment. Okay. Very kind, very gentle, and very worth getting on her calendar to help you out to understand your numbers and run your business more like the CEO you're supposed to be.
I appreciate that, Lindsay.
All right. We'll talk to everyone soon. Go have a great holiday. Bye.
Bye.